Coming up in this week's episode of Coast News, the highest section of track is installed on a brand new record-breaking roller coaster, and an award-winning scare attraction unexpectedly returns. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Coast News, and as always got some amazing news from different theme parks, rides, attractions and events all over the world. So let's get straight into the news today. Our top story for tonight: Siren's curse at Cedar Point has now finally been topped off. And it looks crazy to see that the second ever tilt track in North America has now been installed, with Circuit Breaker literally being topped off only 2 weeks ago. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically, the highest section of track was installed on Cedar Point's newest roller coaster, Siren's Curse, this past Tuesday. Siren's Curse is a new generation Vekoma tilt coaster, set to open as North America's tallest, fastest and longest tilt coaster later this year. The ride will ascend to a maximum height of 160 feet, reach a top speed of 58.4 miles per hour, and travel 2,965.9 feet of track. The tilt track is the highest point of the ride. The actual section of track itself weighs 45 tons and is 61 feet long. A 500-ton crane was used to lift the track into place. Hydraulic cylinders now need to be installed into the tilt track, which will allow for the tilt mechanism to function. The next 4 weeks will be spent getting all of the mechanical and electrical components set up in the tower which the tilt track sits on top of. In addition to this, several sections of track towards the end of the layout were also installed. There are now 87 pieces of track left to be installed on Siren's Curse. Now, Siren's Curse, as mentioned in previous videos, in previous Coast News episodes, Siren's Curse is one of 3 brand new Vekoma tilt coasters set to open this year, with the other one being Circuit Breaker at Circuit of the Americas in Texas, which is looking to be the first one to open because that's a bit further on in construction, as well as Iron Rattler at Six Flags Qiddiya in Saudi Arabia, which is set to open towards the end of this year, but will also be the world's tallest, fastest and longest tilt coaster, standing over 200 feet tall and opening as part of the brand new Six Flags Qiddiya theme park. With Siren's Curse, that will also be Cedar Point's 18th roller coaster, and it's set to be part of a huge year for Cedar Point, with the opening of Siren's Curse and the reopening of Top Thrill 2, which was closed the majority of last year after supposed to have its grand reopening last year with the whole new name and refurbishment. So what do you guys think to this? Are you excited to get on Siren's Curse when it officially opens potentially this summer? Let me know in the comments below. In other news today, Doncaster Fear Factory has returned following planning restrictions from the local council. And this was actually really unexpected for everyone. We thought that after the whole news of the council trying to get Doncaster Fear Factory removed, that was the end for it. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically, Doncaster Fear Factory is an independent scare attraction held annually every October at Thornhurst Country Manor Park in Doncaster in South Yorkshire. It first opened in 2016 for 1 season, then returned in 2021 and has been terrifying visitors every Halloween since. At the end of the 2024 season, the local council attempted to stop Doncaster Fear Factory from operating in its current location and format. This was followed by all of the attraction's social media pages going completely blank, which led to many people to believe that Doncaster Fear Factory was not returning after 2024. However, there was a recent turnover in the council's decision, and Doncaster Fear Factory's return was revealed on social media with a video teasing this year's attraction lineup. This year, Doncaster Fear Factory will have 5 scare mazes, with Friargate Foundry, Diabolus, Keeper of Secrets and The Summoning all returning, as well as 2 brand new mazes. There will also be various scare zones and roaming actors, throughout the event this year. So that is, like I said earlier, that is actually pretty unexpected. Like, considering with all, the planning stuff that was going on behind the scenes with the local council, them trying to get the attraction removed because they weren't happy with how it was its form of attraction and where it was located, and then for that decision to be turned around and then them allowing the Doncaster Fear Factory to continue for years to come, hopefully, that's really good. I'm so glad that they've managed to get things sorted and bring this attraction back, and it's going to come back this Halloween, this October, and tickets should be on sale within the next few months, hopefully. And in the meantime, there's still those 2 new scare mazes which need to be unveiled. We've got 3 returning scare mazes from previous seasons, plus 2 new mazes. Now, with the fact that this is sort of the grand return of Doncaster Fear Factory, it means that they're going to go all out with this year's event, and I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully I might even try to attend this year, we never know. We'll see what happens. Also in the news today, and this is actually some pretty sad news, but it's just become normal at this point for the park I'm talking about. Eagle's Claw has been potentially removed from Lightwater Valley. And this is now, it just completely cements the whole shift of target audience for Lightwater Valley. But if you don't know what's going on, basically, Eagle's Claw was a KMG afterburner which first opened at Lightwater Valley in 2004. In recent years, it was the last as of last year, it was the last remaining thrill ride left at the park following Brighton Peer Group's shift to attract a younger audience to Lightwater Valley, which has been taking place over the last few years. Though it's not officially been announced by the park themselves, all mention of Eagle's Claw has been completely removed from Lightwater Valley's website. In addition to this, sources at Lightwater Valley have stated that Eagle's Claw has been removed from all of the park's 2025 marketing material. Now, if the rumours are true, Lightwater Valley will now have completed their shift to attract young children by removing every last thrill ride from the park, including iconic attractions such as the Ultimate and Raptor Attack, both of which last operated in 2019. Now, judging by this, like I said, Eagle's Claw was the last operating thrill ride at the park. Unless you count maybe the Rocket roller coaster, which opened brand new last year, but that's just more of a family coaster from, no, it's not even from, I don't know. But other than that Rocket coaster, I think Eagle's Claw was the last original thrill ride left at Lightwater Valley from the glory days, as people said. Now, I've never visited Lightwater Valley, so unfortunately I've never had the privilege of riding the Ultimate when it operated, or Raptor Attack, or Eagle's Claw. But it is sad to see. I mean, I get if they want to change their target audience and attract a specific demographic, then fair enough, but I don't know, there's just something not right about the way they're going about it by removing every single thrill ride. So, I don't know, if you've got young children who want to have a full day out full of smaller rides that will cater to them, then I suppose it's alright, but for maybe older kids and adults, there's literally nothing. Ultimate's gone, Raptor Attack gone, Eagle's Claw's gone, there's several other rides I've not mentioned that are also gone. So yeah, this has been going on for the past few years at Lightwater Valley, and it all started pretty much with COVID. It's when they reopened after COVID and Ultimate was not open, it was just standing but operating for years. They only removed it towards the start of last year, completely. It's gone. Raptor Attack is still operating. I think it's over in America, but that closed from Lightwater Valley a few years ago. And now Eagle's Claw is possibly gone, scrapped, not even being relocated. So it is very sad to see. And whether they'll actually improve from this, if they benefit from this shift in target audience, or if this is just their downfall, if they'll go the way of Camelot or Pleasure Island or American Adventure, I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see, but it's not great that they've removed yet another thrill ride. And finally in the news today, Lost Island Theme Park have begun construction on Fire Runner. Now, this ride looks amazing, honestly. I mean, it's interesting to see how many clones of Stunt Pilot are being built all over the world. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Basically, Fire Runner is a brand new RMC Raptor coaster set to open at Lost Island Theme Park in Iowa in the United States later this year. It is a clone of Stunt Pilot at Silverwood in Idaho, which opened back in 2021. The ride will stand 105 feet tall, reach a top speed of 52 miles per hour, travel 1,800 feet of track and feature 3 inversions. The inversions include a dive loop, a cutback and a corkscrew. Construction began with the pouring of the concrete foundations and the first support pieces being installed onto the footers. Fire Runner will be Lost Island theme park's 4th roller coaster to open at the park since its grand opening back in 2022. Now, to give it add some more perspective on it, with this ride being a clone of Stunt Pilot is a nearly identical layout to the 2 original prototype Raptor coasters. So those were Railblazer at Canada's Wonderland and Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Now Stunt Pilot is on almost identical layout to that, but the only difference being the pre-drop. There's no pre-drop, it's just a flat turn after the lift hill. Other than that, it's an identical layout. Now this is the 3rd Stunt Pilot. This is the 3rd RMC Raptor coaster to feature the Stunt Pilot layout, with the other 2 being Stunt Pilot itself, which opened in 2021, and a roller coaster in Korea called Skull and Hati, which opened last November. And now there's Fire Runner, which is opening this year at Lost Island Theme Park. And with construction beginning now, you know, it'll probably progress a lot more over the next few months. And I cannot wait to see what its ride looks like, all fully built up and completed. And yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. So that is it for this week's episode of Coaster News. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, then please make sure to like and subscribe, and comment what you would like to see in the next video. Goodbye.